This hostel looks quiet, cheap, and welcoming, but inside, something dark and deadly is waiting. Welcome to Malang, Indonesia, where a student hostel hides a terrifying secret that will shock everyone who steps inside. The story starts with a boy named Yamin, who arrives there to deliver some items to his friend Bobby. However, even after knocking on Bobby's door, there is no response from inside. So Yamin goes in by himself. He finds that Bobby is extremely scared. Bobby requests Yamin to sleep in the same room with him that night. Yamin says there is nothing to be afraid of, because this hostel is quite comfortable and inexpensive. But Bobby insists that the atmosphere of the hostel is very strange, as if someone is always watching them. After sighing, Yamin reluctantly agrees to sleep with Bobby. Then, right in the middle of the night, Bobby wakes up because he hears strange noises coming from the window. He starts calling out to Yamin, but Yamin is in such a deep sleep that he doesn't hear him at all. Bobby slowly walks toward the window and looks outside, where there is a large banana plantation behind the coaching center. Suddenly, he sees a spirit digging the ground. A short while later, Yamin wakes up and realizes that Bobby is not in the room. He looks out the window and sees Bobby continuously digging the ground in the middle of the lonely night. Yamin runs outside and asks what he is doing there so late at night. Instead of answering, Bobby tells Yamin to dig the ground as well. Left with no choice, Yamin starts digging too. After digging for some time, they are shocked to discover a dead body there, and it turns out to be Bobby's body. At that very moment, Bobby wakes up. It was all a nightmare. His scream wakes Yamin as well. Bobby says he had a very strange dream. He feels that this hostel is not normal at all, and he is afraid that everything he sees might be a sign of his own death. This is where the real story begins. Then, the scene shifts to a girl named Lena. She is on her way to the city of Milan. After reaching the terminal, her brother Ben-Hur overhears Lena talking to their father on the phone. Their father tells Lena to make sure Ben-Hur doesn't remain a student forever, wasting only time and money. He wants Lena not to follow her brother's path and to complete her graduation on time. Ben-Hur welcomes Lena in a very indifferent manner. Lena, however, is happy that she can finally study Zakat Taya and stay close to her brother. They arrive at the hostel, where the hostel owners, Mother Arti and Father Birya, warmly welcome them. Ben-Hur seems very close to them, almost like they are his own parents. Lena is deeply impressed by the hostel, and Mother Arti takes Lena to show her room and explains that a total of 10 people live in the hostel, some students and some working professionals, and that everyone lives like one big family. She also introduces her son, Rian, who helps manage the hostel. While Lena is settling into her room, a girl named Rina, who lives next door, comes to meet her. Rina takes Lena outside to introduce her to the others. Lena finds the hostel extremely beautiful and can't believe that such a nice place has such low rent. Rina explains that Mother Arti and Father Birya intentionally charge low rent because most of the residents come from faraway places and are quite poor. Suddenly, Lena overhears a conversation between Yamin and Bobby. Bobby tells Yamin to leave the hostel as soon as possible, but Yamin says he has no money left and cannot go anywhere. Just then, Rina returns and introduces her two friends, Han and Eka. Eka invites Lena to Mother Arti's house for their weekly dinner, as they organize a communal dinner for everyone once every week. Very close to their hostel was the private house of Mother Arat and Father Burjo. We see Yasmin pulling Bobby along, trying to get him to join them for dinner. Father Burjo notices this and calls out to him, so Bobby has no choice but to go inside. Rina asks why Mother Arati and Father Burjo don't eat beef. Rina explains that their entire family is vegetarian. As part of her weekly routine, Mother Arati makes everyone eat together. This is where Lena, Yasmin, and Bobby are introduced to one another. Before starting the meal, Mother Arati says a prayer. Strangely, she prays in a special language, which means that the 10 of them should always remain healthy. Hearing this, Lena is quite surprised. Rina tells Lena that the prayer simply means they should all stay healthy and live in harmony. Once the meal begins, everyone enjoys the taste of Mother Arati's cooking, but suddenly, Bobby starts feeling nauseous. Within moments, he throws up the food and runs outside. Yasmin says it's probably acidity since Bobby hadn't eaten for a long time. She goes after him. The others calm down and continue eating. While eating, Lena keeps looking at Mother Arati with suspicion. After the meal, Lena offers to help wash the dishes, but Mother Arati refuses. Lena mentions that Mother Arati likes to do all the work herself. As Lena is about to leave, she remembers that she left her phone on the table and decides to go back. Suddenly, she sees Mother Arati drop a spoon. Curious, Lena peeks from behind the window and sees Mother Arati carrying the dirty plates from the kitchen into a storage room. Meanwhile, Yasmin becomes very worried. She sees that Bobby has a very high fever. Lena, who is still inside the house, hears someone running. It's Yasmin, who is bringing water for Bobby. Lena advises her not to use cold water, but warm water instead, because cold water can make the fever worse. Bobby then starts speaking fearfully, as if he's hallucinating. When he regains consciousness, he says he saw many spirits at the window. He also claims there is a hanging spirit in the banana grove behind the hostel. Bobby immediately wants to leave the hostel and again urges Yasmin to come with him. Mother Arati and Father Burjo come and ask where they are going. They say that if they want to leave, they should at least do so the next morning. But Bobby stubbornly insists that this place is extremely dangerous. When they try to stop him, Bobby starts his motorbike and rides away. At that very moment, the lights of the entire hostel go out. Surprisingly, as soon as Mother Arati lets out a breath, the lights turn back on. She runs to Rian's room and finds him behaving strangely, with his hand swollen. The next morning, Lena wakes up with severe period pain. She goes to Rena to ask for some medicine and notices that Rena has a fever too, which is unusual for her because she almost never gets sick. Lena asks for a painkiller and medicine for a headache. Rena says the headache medicine is on the table in the downstairs drawing room. Lena goes downstairs and sees Ben-Hur. He's holding his cheek. Ben-Hur says he has a toothache. Yaman tells Lena that all the headache medicine is finished. He says that everyone has fallen strangely ill today. Unable to find any medicine, Lena goes to her mother Arti to ask for some. There, she sees her father Burju treating Rian. When Burju sees Lena, he asks what she is doing there. Lena asks for medicine, and he gives it to her, but warns her not to come there again without permission. After that, Lena brings food for Ben-Hur. Ben-Hur takes it quietly, without saying thank you. While returning, Lena hears the sound of her mother Artie's cat. Following the sound, she walks toward the banana garden behind the house. The deserted night is terrifyingly silent. Suddenly, a hanging spirit appears right behind Lena, and she clearly sees the horrifying sight. Then, the spirit starts moving toward her. Lena screams. Hearing her scream, Ben-Hur and Yaman run to the banana garden. They see Lena crouched in one spot, trembling in fear. Lena says she just saw a hanging corpse, but they find nothing around them. After returning home, Ben-Hur thinks Lena must have imagined it, but Yaman supports her, saying that Bobby had mentioned seeing something similar before. Ben-Hur still refuses to believe it, arguing that Bobby is very timid. He says he has lived in this hostel for 6 years and nothing strange has ever happened. Then Ben-Hur takes Lena to her room and tells her to rest. Leaving Lena there, goes to the bathroom to freshen up, and after a short while begins to feel something strange. She notices that the bathroom curtain is opening on its own, and right beside it, a spirit is standing there. Terrified, she screams at the top of her lungs. Hearing her scream, Lena rushes in. Rena says that she saw the exact same spirit as well. The next day, Bennu is shocked because now even Rena is talking about the spirit. Rena gets angry. Even if Ben-Hur doesn't believe her, he should at least believe his own sister, Lena. After that, Lena calls her father and tells him that she wants to change hostels. Her father gets angry, thinking Lena isn't focusing on her studies. Changing hostels would cost money, and he doesn't want to spend anymore. He asks Lena to hand the phone to Ben-Hur and scolds him, saying he isn't taking proper care of his sister. Ben-Hur gets frustrated because whenever Lena has any problem, the blame always falls on him. At this point, Rila suggests that they should discuss the matter with their mother Atri and father Biryu. Yaman says it would be better to call an ustad to cleanse the entire place. Later, on Sunday night, everyone sits down together for dinner again. Tika asks where Rian is and why he didn't come to eat. Father Biryu says Rian isn't well. Mother Atri asks everyone to make sure the hostel has 10 members again. Rina then says she wants to call an ustad. Mother Atri immediately gets angry and says she doesn't want that, then tells everyone to go back to their rooms. When Lena offers to help wash the plates, Mother Atri refuses, saying no one else can touch her plate. Lena is surprised because Mother Atri has become very irritable lately. Lena asks if they always have to go to the back storeroom to wash the dishes. Then, Lena and Rina peek through the window and see Mother Atri taking the dirty plates into the storeroom. Rina assumes the storeroom is meant for unused items and is usually kept locked. After Mother Atri leaves, Rina tries to go inside, but the storeroom is locked. Suddenly, both of them hear strange and terrifying noises coming from inside. Frightened, they return to their room, both wondering what that sound really was. When Rina wants to go check again, Lena stops her and asks her to sleep in her room for the night. At exactly midnight, Rina quietly sneaks toward the storage room. Using a hammer and an iron rod, she breaks the lock on the door. When Rina enters the storage room, she sees a spirit standing there. The spirit is eating leftovers from dirty plates. Suddenly, it lunges at Rina. Terrified, Rina falls to the ground. She feels as if all her strength has drained away. Some unnatural force seems to be holding her down. The next morning, Lena knocks on Rina's door to tell her that she won't be going to class. When there is no response, Lena peeks through the window and sees Rina lying there, dead. Everyone is shocked because Rina's death is clearly not normal. The investigation reveals that Rina died of a heart attack. The next day, Lena and Yamin go to their mother Atri and father Burjo. Lena tells them that the previous night, she and Irina heard strange noises coming from inside the storage room. Atri says it was probably just rats, but Lena doesn't believe her. She says the sound didn't resemble rats at all. Lena just wants to know what is really in there, because their mother always takes the food utensils to that place. Rina's words keep spinning in Lena's mind. She worries that maybe Rina went into the storage room alone, saw something terrifying, and eventually died of a heart attack out of fear. But her mother firmly insists that it's just an ordinary storage room where dirty dishes are washed. Suddenly, their parents rush toward Rian, who is writhing in pain. Lena and Yamin also take a quick look, but fortunately, they move away quickly. Otherwise, Pankbi would have seen them. Yamin wonders if Rian is actually suffering from some disease. Then why is he not being taken to the hospital? After that, their father asks for permission to go to his place of worship. He says, the time has come. Meanwhile, Yamin sends an email to Bobby, describing all the strange incidents happening in that hostel, Rian's illness, the bizarre behavior of the parents, and how everyone seems to be falling sick. Later, Lena is resting when she hears noises coming from the kitchen. She peeks through the window and sees her mother Atri cutting meat from 8 rats. Lena immediately realizes that all the delicious food they had been eating all this time was actually made from rat meat. She immediately runs to Ben-Hur's room and tells him everything. Ben-Hur can't believe it. He thinks Lin must have seen it wrong. Hearing this, Lin gets annoyed and starts complaining about why Ben-Hur never believes her. At that moment, Ben-Hur explains that he feels most comfortable in this hostel because Ma Atri and Baba Birjo take care of him even more than his own father. He doesn't want to graduate too soon, so he can stay here a little longer, and Lin's situation is disturbing the peace he has here. Hearing this, Lena is left speechless and apologizes. She admits that she herself is very confused. At home, her parents used to fight frequently over money, but now things are different because her mother has cancer. Her mother doesn't want Ben-Hur to know about it. Lena says she didn't mean to bother Ben-Hur, but she also needed someone to talk to. Hearing this, Ben-Hur realizes that it's not just him. Lena also carries a heavy burden in her life. Meanwhile, Hanpir secretly brings blessed water from the Ustad to drive away the hanging spirit. He starts searching for it in the storeroom, but strangely, it's as if the spirit senses that someone has come to banish it, so it doesn't appear. Suddenly, the spirit shows itself, and within moments, it brutally kills Pak Burjo. The next morning, Ben-Hur and Lena hear the sound of Ma Atri's cat. While searching for the source of the noise, they go to the banana garden. Suddenly, Ben-Hur screams. He sees Pak Burjo's hanging body. Everyone comes running. Ma Atri arrives and is shocked to see her husband dead. In the afternoon, Pak Burjo is buried. The family is devastated by grief. Lena and the others begin to suspect Ma Atri's behavior. She didn't even attend the funeral, even though the deceased was her own husband. She never prays, and she doesn't fast during Ramadan either. But the bigger question is, why would Pak Burjo commit suicide? Lena tells everyone that the hostel is very strange and that she wants to say something. Just then, the power goes out. Ma Atri tells Ben-Hur and the others to go to the storeroom and check the MCB. When they turn the switch on, the lights come back on, but after a short while, they go out again. The atmosphere becomes increasingly unnatural. Then, the spirit appears in front of them, and even Atri herself becomes scared, even though it was her own kept spirit. Fortunately, they all manage to escape. Meanwhile, when Hani and Nadia are returning to the hostel, the same kind of spirit chases them as well. They run inside, shut the door, and tremble in fear. Seeing this, Lena and Dila are left stunned. Lena doesn't believe it and opens the door, only to see that terrifying spirit. The four of them then decide to escape through the window. Lena and the others run and tell everyone that they have seen a ghost. Together, they decide that they can no longer stay in this dormitory. Most of the students leave. Now, only Lena, En-Hur, and Yamin remain in the dorm. Yamin calls his mother, crying, and tells her that he wants to return to Jakarta, but his mother refuses. Besides, Yamin is in his final semester. Meanwhile, Lena receives a message from Hani, saying that she has found an empty mess, and Aryo initially agrees to help by giving some money. En-Hur asks his mother what exactly is happening here. His mother doesn't know much, but she requests En-Hur not to leave her alone, especially since Rian is sick now. Lena suggests that Mother Atri should call someone who can solve these kinds of problems, but Mother Atri refuses again, especially if it involves calling an ustad. After that, Mother Atri goes out to a relative's house. At night, Bobby calls En-Hur. He warns them to leave the dorm as soon as possible because black magic is being practiced there. Bobby had performed a ritual at his village home, where an ustad told him that the black magic affecting him originated from that dormitory. Bobby's on his way to pick them up, so he tells everyone to get ready. But while packing their things, someone suddenly knocks Yamin unconscious. En-Hur goes outside and sees Yamin lying on the ground. As he tries to wake him up, the same person attacks En-Hur and knocks him unconscious as well. That person is none other than Mother Atri. She then goes to Lila and asks her where she is going, and knocks her unconscious too. After they lose consciousness, Mother Atri brings that special food for them. Lena throws the food away because she knows it is made from rat meat. Finally, Mother Atri admits that she practices black magic. This is the same food they had been eating all this time. Because of special spices and chants, everyone had become addicted to her cooking. With every bite, and with the touch of the spoon and bowl, their soul energy was being sucked away by the devil. Mother Atri insults En-Hur by bringing up his mother, saying that his mother is sick, but En-Hur never took responsibility for her. She accuses En-Hur of not caring about his own mother, just like God never cared about them. She says that she used to believe it before. But my village was destroyed. My family was looted. At this moment, we see a flashback from the past, where Atri and Pak Burjo, looking hopeless, notice some people heading somewhere. They follow them and discover that these people are worshipping a hanging spirit. Without wasting any time, they also join the group. To keep Rian healthy, the number of residents in the hostel must always remain at 10. Rian was listening to all of this from his room. Every time the number decreased, Atri had to offer a sacrifice to the spirit. Since Bobby had left that day, Rinai became the sacrifice for the spirit. Everyone was falling sick because the spirit was draining their souls. Atri says, "You think Bobby will come to save you, but I've already finished him, and now it's your turn." After that, Yamin is knocked unconscious again and taken to the warehouse. Ben-Hur confesses his mistakes to Lena, saying that he never understood her pain and always thought only about himself. While they are talking, Rian suddenly shouts that there is a pair of scissors in the dressing table drawer. Using the scissors, they cut the ropes that were tying them up and headed to the warehouse to rescue Yamin. Upon entering the warehouse, Ben-Hur notices a secret door on the floor that leads to an underground chamber. When they go down, they see Mother Atri performing black magic with Yamin lying beside her. They make a plan. Ben-Hur covers Atri's head with a cloth, and Lila manages to save Yamin. After Atri falls unconscious, the three of them quickly escape. However, several bodies wrapped in cloth appear in front of them, blocking their path and trying to frighten them. They search for another way out and, while running, eventually reach a banana plantation. But they lose their way there and can't escape. Suddenly, Atri appears again and starts chasing them. While running, they accidentally reach a ritual site. There, Yamin sees Bobby already lying wrapped in a burial shroud. Atri manages to attack Yamin and feels pleased because the three of them arrived at the ritual site at exactly the right time. Their bodies are about to be offered as sacrifices. A fight for survival begins, and in the chaos, Atri manages to knock Lila unconscious. Taking advantage of the situation, she starts wrapping Lena's body in the burial cloth. She then chants 8 spells and begins the ritual. Gradually, a demonic spirit appears and prepares to devour everyone. At that very moment, Rian suddenly arrives and stops everything. Rian knew how to end it all. He slits his own throat and sacrifices his life. Because of his self-sacrifice, the demon is burned and destroyed by fire. With no loved ones left, Atri finally takes her own life. The next day, Ben-Hur is admitted to the hospital. Both his parents come to see him. Ben-Hur apologizes for all the misunderstandings. Not only Ben-Hur, but his father also admits that he was always unfair to Ben-Hur and asks for forgiveness. At present, no one lives in that hostel anymore. With this, the story ends here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe for more stories like this.